This is the Timeout with Sam, and today we're going to be starting off with an interesting topic. Last night at about 8 p.m. Eastern Time, John Wall, the first-round pick, was traded for Russell Westbrook, leaving Russell Westbrook on the Wizards and John Wall on the Rockets. Nelson, start off on the Rockets.
Rockets should put this trade in the toilet, flush it 5 times, and take a dump, then flush it 5 more times. That's how bad this trade is for the Rockets.
To me, it's another ball-dominant guard. Nothing else is happening. It's another ball-dominant guard. They've tried this so many times. It doesn't work. James Harden cannot play with another ball-dominant player.
Yeah, James Harden, the second best scorer. You don't want to ruin him.
Of all time. James Harden, second best scorer of all time. Score every way. He can score every way, but Kevin Durant can just score every way better.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't put James Harden with a ball-dominant guard. You just can't do it. It's impossible. That's basically what – and John Wall's injuries. You have to remember John Wall's injuries.
John Wall's an injury-prone player. At 30 years old, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep his body held up. His 6'4", 210 body.
Yeah.
For 25
years. I'm worried about 24 points.
Yeah, let alone 72. You're paying him $41 million. You're paying James Harden the same amount of money, literally to the dollar and cent side, the same amount of money. It just doesn't make sense. $3 million wrapped up in 2 players over the age of 30. Why?
If I were them, if I was the Rockets GM, the Rockets would be a better team. And also, I would only be paying John Wall about like $20 million. Half of what he already makes, if that.
Yeah, but he already has his contract, so you can't take that back.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, one player I like for the future, though, if they can get this guy to progress, Daniel House Jr., they won't need a second star player. Daniel House Jr. is a 3 player at the small forward position that will do so well by James Harden. All you need is a passing point guard. Let me think. Maybe Lonzo Ball. Maybe Tyrese Maxey. Try to get a young passing player.
Yeah. You don't. I don't know what's going on in the Rockets' heads, but you don't need a ball-dominant player. James Harden is one of the best ball-dominant players in the league. If you have somebody to pass him the ball, your team would be so well. It'd be a playoff team every year.
Well, there already is a playoff team every year. It's just the question is.
You'd be maybe a whatever NBA championship contender.
Yeah, and I really like your pickup of Christian Wood alongside James Harden to be that 3-point shooting center. I like that. And one thing I like is that Christian Wood can play up to the small forward pretty much. He can play small forward position. And you can slide DeMarcus to the 5. Tyson Chandler is pretty much done. I don't know how much he's going to be playing anymore at the young age of 38. I like Sterling Brown as well. I like Sterling Brown on their team. A nice role bench warmer. I'm not trying to throw trash on him. I'm just saying not going to be a starting player. He's going to be at the end of that bench rotation. I like him as that at 25 years old, only being paid about $1.5 million.
Yeah, you could definitely have John Wall's contract and put it on that dude's. But let's go to the Wizards. The Wizards and this trade are the big winners. Russell Westbrook playing
guaranteed playoff team as long as Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal don't get hurt.
Yeah, and you have up and coming players, as in Cassius Winston. He's a great passing guard who can dish it to Russell Westbrook or Bradley Beal. Like this team got a this team if this team can play this team if they are healthy could be better than the Rockets.
I don't know about that, but they're definitely a playoff team. What I like about this team is that there's a mentor for every player. You have young guards. You have Cassius Winston, Jerome Robinson. You've got who else? Young guards, Jarian Grant. All those guys can be mentored by Russell Westbrook. Any young shooting guards can be mentored by Bradley Beal. Small forwards can be by anyway. It doesn't matter. You get my point. They can be mentored. Pretty much the whole team can be mentored by anyone. I like that for their young players. I like that aspect for their young players. And I just like this team for the future. And I believe Denny Avdia, their pick was a steal. I thought he was going 4 to the Bulls. He went 9 to them. That was an absolute steal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like everything about that. You know, Cassius Winston needs to work on his shooting. He can also get that from Bradley Beal. Like you said, there are so many mentors on that team. There's one for every single player.
And I also love Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he can play a lot of positions. And I feel like if he really worked on it over this offseason until, you don't even realize the time till you see it. 19 days we have till the NBA season starts. But if he really works on it over the next couple of years, he can become the next good point guard. Or point forward, excuse me. A Ben Simmons-esque player who has a better jump shot.
Ben Simmons can't shoot.
Exactly.
Flat out.
Ben Simmons-esque player that has a jump shot.
Oh, well. That's good. That'd be a good player because Ben Simmons is good at every other way.
I like Mo Wagner. I really like him. I like him at power forward mainly. $2 million for a player of the future that I believe can be a future. I'm trying to think of a good comparison. A little bit, a 6'11" Kristaps Porzingis. A little, not as good, but like same play style.
Yeah.
And another thing I forgot to say, talking about Mo Wagner reminded me about this. I was just thought of European centers and foreign centers, and I thought so the 76ers, right? Seth Curry and Joel Embiid. Think about that handoff duo they're gonna have. Remember JJ Redick and Joel Embiid, what they used to have? I think it might be somewhat like that. That's unstoppable. Seth Curry on the handoff from Joel Embiid.
Ooh. Yeah, that you have to make that team a deep playoff team, and like really deep.
But anyways, back onto topic. Wizards won the trade. There's no other way to put it. Right?
Yeah, this trade could be good for the Rockets if John Wall could stay healthy. But if John Wall can't stay healthy, then what else can you do?
Exactly.
If he
gets injured and he's back to normal John Wall and he can be a better passer, the Rockets might have won the trade. If. That's a lot of ifs.
It's a big if. The Rockets took a big risk on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, John Wall stays healthy. They took a 50-50 shot. It's a 50-50 ball. It could go either way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Let's talk about the NFL. The Jets are 0-10. What is their problem?
Sam Darnold.
Put Joe Flacco up there. At least get Joe Flacco practicing with Sam Darnold. Joe Flacco was a Super Bowl MVP, I believe, and he won a Super Bowl, obviously. Yeah, with the Ravens. Get him mentoring Sam Darnold. I don't know what other way to put this.
Yeah, and also the Jets have the first pick. Who are they gonna pick? Trevor Lawrence. He is already a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. You could do that. And then you have Joe Flacco. He's mentoring Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and I believe same thing. We've been talking about mentoring a lot. They need to second round pick or whatever they have. Next pick they get, they need to take a young running back who Frank Gore can show him the way. Kind of like what the Lions are doing, Adrian Peterson and Kerryon Johnson.
Yeah. It's not like they have terrible wideouts. They have Jamison Crowder. It's not terrible.
It's not good either, but
yeah, it's not good, but it's not terrible.
It can get you through. I feel like you should get a win by now. I mean, the Lions have 4 or something. Really? It's not that hard if the Lions win. The Lions win.
Yeah. Next, they're playing the Raiders. The Raiders suck. I mean, how are you not going to beat the Raiders? I mean, also their defense. You got to talk about their defense. No?
Yeah.
They were up 20-0 on the Patriots. They lost. They were up 20-0 in the fourth quarter. The Patriots scored.
They lost a 20-point lead in 12 to 15
in the Super Bowl. It's literally the Falcons in the Super Bowl. You can't blow that kind of lead. No. They just got too cocky with themselves. They're like, yeah. So you need to work on your defense. And the Jets have already tried the rebuilding phase, and it's not working. Sam Darnold cannot do it. I mean, Sam Darnold is a good third string QB. Third string.
They need their secondary. Like, they need secondary. Being the fact that Marcus May and Ashton Davis are your 2 safeties, and your cornerbacks' names are Bryce Hall and Lamar Jackson.
Huh?
One of their right cornerback is named Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a little copycat. But
their last corner's name is Bryce Hall. It's literally the secondary of celebrities out here. But
yeah, but still, I say they restart rebuilding. That's like the only thing you can do.
I like Denzel Sims though. Or Denzel Mims, excuse me. I like Denzel Mims at their wide receiver with Brashad Perriman and Jamison Crowder. I like those 3. I like
also your coach,
wide receiver
Adam Gase is not doing anything.
Fire him. Fire him. Been saying it the whole season. Well, not on here, but when I'm talking sports, I think Jets. I think fire Adam Gase. He was literally fired last year, I believe, and he was for the Dolphins. What are the Dolphins? The Dolphins are 7-4 this year. Oh, look at that! Adam Gase is gone. They're good again.
Yeah, hint, hint. Get rid of Adam Gase.
Maybe you're gonna be 7-4 next year at this time if you get rid of him.
I know. And you have the first round pick. You could get some good.
When Chris Hogan comes back.
Yeah, you can get some good trade value for Sam Darnold, and then you get Trevor Lawrence. And look at it. You're 7-4. Whatever happened to 11-0? What about the bad old days? That's what you're gonna be thinking when you get rid of Adam Gase.
Yes.
And Sam Darnold and put in. Joe Flacco would do better than Sam Darnold.
Maybe that's considering we haven't seen Joe Flacco play in a long time.
Yeah, but you saw RG3, right? He hasn't played like last night. He hasn't played in like 4 years. And he did decent. He can't throw it, but he can still run.
Interesting.
I mean,
let's talk about
Joe Flacco.
Oh, go ahead.
Joe Flacco could be like that kind of come off the bench, and lead your team to the playoffs. You know, Joe Flacco is a good player. He's not a superstar. He's not a Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes.
No,
he's not.
By any
I don't
means,
know. Yeah, he's probably not going to go to the Hall of Fame. Maybe.
He was a Super Bowl MVP. He'll probably be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's like Eli Manning, you know, inconsistent. He's really good and he's bad. Really good, bad. You know.
Let's talk about this. After catch, Deebo Samuel is leading all running backs, every player in the league actually, for yards after catch. Usually running backs top that list easily. All five, the first 5. Deebo Samuel is up by like 2.5 on this number 2, which is Delvin Cook. 3 is Austin Eckler, 4 is James White, and 5 is Alvin Kamara. How is he beating these people? Like, what is Deebo Samuel? I believe is most underrated player in the NFL? Question mark.
Exclamation point. Much. Deebo Samuel is awesome.
I love him personally. He's a fun player to watch.
Yeah. Last year's a rookie, way underrated. He wasn't even in there for Rookie of the Year. I definitely would have at least guessed that somebody might have guessed them. Voted him. But Kyler Murray was Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah, but I can't understand how he has 12.9 yards after catch per reception. It's mind-boggling. It's crazy.
Yeah, back to the Jets.
The Jets.
I think you need to get rid of your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, Adam Gase, your starting quarterback, a new wide receiver or new defensive back core,
new running backs, and a new line besides Mackie Becton, new defensive line, new safeties, new everything.
Nah, you can keep your running back, but you're going to need a young one soon. And plus, your running back doesn't have to be the starter the first year. Like, he can go through some mentoring classes. Or not classes, but he can be on the sideline watching Frank Gore. Like, wait, so he cuts back there, blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff.
That's it for the timeout. We're going to keep trying to do these daily uploads, a little shorter, 25-minute podcast. We're going to try to do these daily uploads, though. if we can. Don't hold us accountable. Anyways, that is the timeout. We'll see you next time on